With that, I'd like to introduce Dennis Calabrese.
Thanks, John. Okay, I want to see the show of hands of who has not been to Portland Fit before. Raise your hand. Wow, impressive. Okay, well, this is the 10th time I've given this speech, so you new people will find it far more entertaining than the previous people. First of all, I can tell who the new people are. You didn't really need to raise your hand because you're the ones that have the nervous faces on, because you don't know what you got yourself into. The good news, though, is you showed up and you thought everybody was going to be really skinny and fast and have really cool gear, and you now find out that we just look pretty much like you do, so no big deal there. And the second thing you need to learn and get out of your head now, and you can relax, is that none of you new people are actually going to win the Portland Marathon. I know it's disappointing, but we're going to get you in great shape, but you're not going to win it. And so you don't have to worry about that. You can relax, and you can come out here for what I hope you came out here for, which is to get in great shape. Something else great is going to happen to you, and it's what happens to your mind out here. You become very self-confident. You change the way you look at yourself. Overcoming this obstacle is a great thing to do in your life. And if you want to talk to some of the former members that are back out here, it's amazing that you could go run 26.2 miles and actually show up again the next year to try it all over again. You ought to ask them about it, because there's a reason they come out here. But one reason we're not out here is to get really, really fast and to try to win, because the people who do that are basically from another planet. Anybody know what the world record is right now in the marathon, just so you can kind of get an idea? Anybody know? It's about 2:04, 2 hours 4 minutes, and which doesn't sound that impressive to me because I've run for 2 hours before. So I had to break it down to minutes per mile. It's about a 4:54 mile for 26 in a row, which really I don't really get that either. So I broke it down to a quarter mile. It's a 75-second quarter mile, and you just got to do about 105 of those in a row. And so if you want to go stop by the track on the way home and check out what a world record marathon pace feels like, you can go do it, run a 75-second quarter, and then you can lie down in the infield and get up in about 15 minutes. And that's a quarter mile at that pace. And really, when you think about it, you don't want to run a 2:04 marathon. I met Khalid Kanuchi one time, who held the world record for a long time, around 2:05. And he's a great guy and really nice, and we had a talk, and he said, what a great thing it is that we're doing, training all these people. And I said, what a great thing he's doing, being such a role model for us, that we get to look up to him and just marvel at that kind of performance. And I said, but you Khalid, you're really not getting the most out of this sport. He said, what do you mean? And I said, well, you come in at 2:05 and you take a shower and have some breakfast, and there's about 3 or 4 more good hours of running out there that you left out on the course that we're out there enjoying. And we're hitting the halfway point, while you're having your omelet, and that's just, you're just missing the great part of running. So he appreciated that advice from me. But I'm serious about this not being about speed or pace, because if we're not in that kind of group, that kind of talent, then we're out here for another reason. In fact, we're really out here for a reason that has nothing to do with pace. We have a huge, great walking group out here, for instance. And whether you're walking or running, as long as you're moving, you're okay with us. If you think about it, the difference between a walker and runner is that a walker just knows in advance when they're going to walk. Now, all you runners are laughing at that, because you know that if you're a runner, you're going to be a walker. You just don't know for sure when that's going to happen, but it is going to happen. It's going to happen in your training. It's going to happen in your race, probably. I actually saw a guy win the New York Marathon one year, and he was walking through Central Park because he went out too fast, and it was a real humid day, and he got tired. He's an Italian guy. And he was walking through Central Park. The only difference between him and you is that he was actually looking behind him. He was worried about somebody catching him. You're not going to really care.